Guys, so today we're going to take a look at some figures I picked up. Um, if you're interested, uh, what's the name of the site? Now I'm blanking. Ringside Collectibles is already having their 4th of July sale because I think they do it for like 3 weeks. So I went on there and they have a good amount of stuff. And I was like, I keep going to Walmart on the weekends looking for certain characters, certain figures, and I just don't find them. My Walmart, it always seems like they have 1,000 of one figure and never anything else. And then I see guys like MDT are doing figure, Target runs and stuff, and it's like they find every figure. It's like, what's going on with my Walmart? So I figured, let me just get those characters that I want and, or search for good deals on characters that I might end up, wanting to get a hold of. So first, I got 5 figures total. First I got just LA Knight basic, nothing exciting. I have heard that this head sculpt to me looks more like LA Knight than some of his elites for some reason. I don't know what they're doing with the elite head sculpt, but and they've made this man like jacked like the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, look at that. He's got 27 different ab muscles showing. But I like LA Knight. I especially like that vest he wears when he comes down for promos. I am a big jacket and vest guy, and that leather, like futuristic almost looking vest he has. If I saw that in a store, I'd buy that in like a hot second. It is just so, like, I don't know, it reminds me like the Rocketeer jacket, if you've ever seen the Rocketeer movie, that, bomber style jacket where the flap goes over the buttons in the front. Dream outfit. So his vest I especially like, and I'm surprised they haven't made a elite with that vest like they have him with some other more ring attire vests, but they're not that cool. So I thought I'd pick up just the basic just to get, just so I can have him in the collection. I'm okay with, now that they have the new articulation basics, I'm okay with getting a basic here or there. Especially if I don't particularly like the look of the elite, or if it's a character I like, but maybe I don't specifically think I need a definitive version or anything. So, right now LA Knight's pretty new. He does have a few elites and defining moments, but nothing that blew me away. So get a basic for like $5. And then second basic I got is just a Jey Uso. I do find his face is just a little long. He looks unhappy. Like LA Knight looks like he's having a good time. Jey looks like he's like hungover. I don't know. But I like this outfit. It's like perfect for him just coming out to the ring. He got the blue in the hair. I think what I'm gonna do is just get some straight hands and then just basically pose him mid yeet. Because if I can just get some straight hands and have him doing a yeet, then I think we're good. Right now at work I have I picked up a ring on Target.com, so I put it together. I put most of my collection either around or in that ring, and so I just kind of plugging these guys in as I go. recently I picked up, and I didn't show you guys, I'm sorry, I already took it to work, but I picked up that old Aleister Black that was kind of shelf warming at my Walmart and Target, where he's in the black suit, and he comes with two heads. One of my heads is you can tell it's the paint scanning, I forget what they call it, because his eyes, like if we're looking at Jey Uso, see where Jey Uso's eyes are painted on this Aleister Black, his eyes are like on his eyebrow, and it's like, Jesus Christ. I didn't notice looking straight at it, but if you like tilt the box, like you could see that the eyes were like, on the ridge of the eyebrow. They weren't in the eye socket, they were like, up here. And it was just the most awful looking thing. I don't know, I have a old Elite Aleister Black, and I like Aleister Black. I think I really like his stuff, and the Jazzwares AEW figures, man, all of them seemed off. Like his head always looked humongous, because I think they were trying to fit in, all these details of his face, and every time he just looks like a giant-headed freak. And what I did was I actually just picked that up for the black suited body. And what I did was I took one of my AEW Cody Rhodes figures. I painted the hair black, and I put it on that body. I just wanted to do if you guys watch AEW, you remember when him and Brody Lee had the TNT title bout, and Brody Lee just beat the monkey crap out of Cody, just all through the commercial break. I think they literally did a table spot during the commercial break. I remember that was a big thing. It was like, oh my God, they did the table spot, in picture. And so Brody Lee just beat the monkey crap out of Cody, and then they stretchered him out. Brody Lee knocked over the stretcher. It was brutal. But what they did was 3 months, not months, 3 weeks later, Cody came back in a black suit, still suit Cody. Cody loves his suits. A black suit with black hair, like jet black, and challenged Brody again. And they didn't really do anything with that. They didn't have him turn into evil Cody or anything. Unfortunately, it was just striking to see Cody with instead of the bleach blonde, jet black hair, and in the black suit. So I just wanted to recreate that moment. So I just yanked off one of the 50 Cody heads I have and put it on that body. Looked pretty good. So we got Jey there. I'm not a huge Jey fan. He's got appeal, but at the same time, as everybody says, he's not the best in ring. His matches are never you're not gonna see anything there. You're like, oh man, that was classic. Let's see, the first Elite we had Solo Sikoa. This is the top picks. They did a good job on him. I might see how this looks on a black suited body too. The only thing is, with Solo, he's a chunkier dude, so I have a feeling if I put his head on top of the Malachi black suit body, it's gonna look too thin. But it would be kind of cool to have him, in that kind of the more suited look that he does nowadays. This is when he first came in, and he was, basically just Roman Reigns enforcer. But I do kind of like his look now with the, the red shirt under the black sport coat. I could see them doing that down the road here. But this guy was on sale. shipped, I paid like $70, and you know the basics at like Walmart are like $12.99. The elites are normally like 24-ish. So you know, everything shipped for like $70. I came out ahead by a good chunk. You know, probably 24, $25. So but yeah, We the One shirt, wrestling gear for Solo. So I thought that was worth picking up. And I'm assuming the towel can come off his head. If it doesn't, that'll be hilarious. Second, let's see, I picked this up because I've been looking for one. And I don't know, I just never like the faces on these. This is Seth Rollins. At this point, I just needed a Seth. Because he's basically the main driving point on Monday night at this point. So I picked up this Seth Rollins. I liked this gear attire better than a lot of the other ones that are available. Like currently at Walmart, you can find is it the Monday Night Wars? It feels like it shouldn't be the Monday Night Wars, but you know, they have a Seth Rollins, like, you know, from one of the, you know, the elites where the packaging's different. I don't know what they're called, but they have him in like this crazy orangey purple outfit. And it's a pretty basic figure. Doesn't come with like any coat or anything. But I thought this one, because it comes with this coat, was more in line with what he's wearing now. So it's like a gold trunks and this white jacket. It comes with the, you know, woe hands, which are, I think it's probably like a shade. Whoa, apologies, LA Knight tried to jump in there. I think this is probably, yeah, it looks too light for heat, but I mean, I have so many open hands. I just need to go through my pack of extra parts and find some tan hands. The one thing with these, and I'll try to get it close, I just don't think they get his likeness nowadays. Like everybody's trying to make him like doing an evil Joker smile, and I think they lose some of the likeness when they go for that, like that one particular facial expression. But when I was looking at the Rollins figures that are easily accessible like this, the Ultimate Edition, the other elites, like they all have this face. Like you can't get away from it. Like the Ultimate Edition has two other heads, but then the outfit to me wasn't in line with what he's doing now. It was all neon colors. So I thought this one was probably a good pickup. And the last but certainly not least, first in our hearts, right? Rhea Ripley. I think this is from a few series back, because it's more Judgment Day oriented. She's got the mommy necklace. But dude, this look is ridiculous. She's got the fishnets. She's got a little bit of the sternum tattoo before she really filled it in, I think. She's got all the tattoos. She's got the entrance jacket. This just looks great. It's more of a, you know, smiling and the short bob hair. I really like this look for her more than, like, remember when she had more like the shorter hair with the blonde in it still. I don't know, I think this fits her body more. Like I know on her, when she was talking with Stephanie McMahon on Stephanie's interview show, like she mentioned, her broad shoulders. Now she used to be made fun of for that. And, you know, honestly, Rhea Ripley's a gorgeous woman. And sometimes it's, you know, you just grow their hair out a little bit, and it kind of offsets her shoulders. It doesn't make them as was obvious when you have a little bit of hair. You know, poor girl probably just needed to get a hairstylist. But you know, great looking figure. They had a basic where she looks like the Rhea Ripley basic is she's not black, like long sleeve black pants. And she looks just like the Phantom's daughter from Defenders of the Earth. Like, look up that figure, the Rhea Ripley basic. It's I almost picked it up just because I'm a fan of the Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks, and Defenders of the Earth. But it would have been weird for me to pick up a Rhea Ripley for that. I wanted something that looked more like she does now. I do wish that do they even have the tattoo? Like you see in the crisscross of her outfit, they've got the tattoo under there. That is amazing attention to detail. But you know, they did have that newer Rhea Ripley that came with a ring on is it Matty Collector? You know, the Mattel Collector site. But that thing's like $140. And the Rhea Ripley was, you know, looked great. But $140 for a Rhea Ripley and a ring. I mean, unless that ring is like miles above what mine is, I can't imagine. I mean, I paid like $30 for my ring at the most. And it works perfectly well. So I can't imagine that ring was worth $100. But yeah, I was happy to find this one on sale too. So I think I did pretty well. One of the guys at work, he has one Cody figure because he watches. So what I do normally if I get a new figure is I will set up my figures beating the crap out of his Cody. There's also a lady who loves Roman Reigns more for looks than anything. And there's been a few times I'd set up figures doing moves to Roman and just leave it on her desk to find. Like after WrestleMania last year, I had Cody putting Roman in the crossroads. And then she came to work and she had missed WrestleMania. I was like, oh, sorry, spoilers, you know. But, you know, I'm probably going to take these to work. And I think Solo and Seth are probably going to be beating up Cody with Rhea Ripley looking on. And we might have, I'll probably give LA Knight a mic so he can be, you know, he can be talking about the action and making witty comments. And we'll find some hands for Jay and we'll have him eating in the back there. So if you're interested, like I said, you know, I don't have any codes or sponsorships, but Ringside Collectibles does have their 4th of July stuff going on, so you can find some deals on, especially, you know, older elites, because I know Solo has a new one, you know, Seth has a new one, you know, some of those, if you, I almost feel bad saying this, if you're an AEW fan, you can get AEW figs for like $5, dude. It's, some of those figures are just shelf warming, even at Ringside Collectibles, and it is insane how low. I mean, they had like limited edition, you know, 1 of 5,000 ones for under $10 for their 4th of July sale. That's how, like, they just saturated the market with some of that stuff. And honestly, like 8,000 Jerichos, like, they can't sell that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you're in the if you're on the lookout for that kind of stuff, check them out, because you might be able to literally buy the entire AEW roster for $50. It's crazy. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.